I'm going to do the media thing and just acknowledge that even the media thing took this story too far. Over the weekend, Kawhi Leonard purchased a house in San Diego. A very nice house. $13.3 million. Look at that pool. Bigger than Kanye's.
Get it?
Now, obviously, the media said, oh, he bought a house in Southern California. That means he's definitely going to the Clippers or he's definitely going to the Lakers. But here's the thing. That house that we're looking at right now with that nice theater and all that, it is 111 miles away from Los Angeles. 111 miles from Los Angeles. Does this mean anything to you about where he plays next season?
Well, first and foremost, I already said it. If he's leaving Toronto, he's going to the Clippers.
Okay.
This house has nothing to do with that. But what he could do, he could easily get enough money to buy him an apartment in LA.
Something tells me that he could get a nice rental in Los Angeles.
So like the Toronto thing was a great experiment for them because the Casey and DeRozan experience had gone as far as they felt it could. So if he does leave, now that opens up salary for them to rebuild their roster. They knew what they were getting into.
Here's something that's happened that's been completely overshadowed. There was a great game between two championship contenders in the National Basketball Association on Saturday night in primetime on ABC three-letter network. The Warriors and the Celtics in Boston, toe-to-toe, exchanging blows. Great game. Kyrie went off. Steph and KD led their team. But there's an interesting thing to come out of this game. There was an anonymous Warrior who had this to say about your guy, Gordon Hayward. Quote, from the stadium, I talked to a Warriors player who told me, listen, Gordon Hayward is not Gordon Hayward right now. He's hurting them. He's a liability on both ends of the court. Jalen Rose, you've been in the huddle. You've been part of the offensive and defensive strategies, and you know if you think that someone's a liability, you can exploit that to win a basketball game. This is your guy. You love Gordon Hayward. You've been talking about him for years. Is this anonymous Warriors player correct?
Yes.
He is.
And the one thing about it is I did not need this Warrior player to say it. Look no further than the fact they paid him a maximum deal.
Mm-hmm.
He started the year in the lineup as it was being introduced at the beginning of the game. Then he quickly became a reserve. Also, look at his productivity. It's not there. On the defensive end, he was never a guy you consider a lockdown defender. He is an effort player and a team defender.
It was a liability, though.
But what makes you a liability is we got all of these assets, but they're stuck with one. Him. Of all of the players on the team, that's the one. He's
like the one fixed variable on their roster, and he's not performing. But look no further than Paul George in the season that he's having to say that this might not be the Gordon Hayward that we have moving forward.
Absolutely. It takes him a year or so to get back together.